Got it.
Got it.
We're doing it.
It's happening. Oh my God, it's happening.
Why can't I see it? Aha.
Everybody stay calm.
Got it. Oh, right. I gotta make this muted because
I forgot about the delay.
We're super. So that is a very important thing to do.
Everybody stay calm. So, aha, we are live.
We did it.
We are ready. And I have people coming in. I've got posts and all sorts of fun.
Yay! Let's see that. Oh no, that's not what I want. There it is. We have chats. I don't have a chat yet. If you're here, welcome. Say hi in the chat. Why are you laughing at me? You're the worst.
Because it's just I don't know. It's a first.
It is. We're gonna be the most awkward live hosts.
Yes, we are.
I'm so excited.
Wow, social media. We got this. We got this.
I'm gonna type in our chat to say hey everyone.
Hello, people of Earth. Okay, default view, sweet. So that's good. This is good. And it looks like Clayton has to leave around 9ish. So
that's
fine. I figure we don't need a whole lot of their time tonight. I'm not going to eat it all up. Especially when he's working.
Yeah, right?
That is so awesome. Okay, Facebook is good. Instagram is good. Gonna check Facebook again.
We are killing this live stream thing, guys.
We're doing so good. If you're watching, thanks. Because you have to deal with us for a few minutes before we let the super awesome guests
Gordon's
in.
here. Hey, Gordo.
Gordon!
Yay!
Gordon! Okay, everything's good. We're all good. We're going to get this road on the show. We have 3 people in the chat, or not in the chat, in the waiting room.
Oh, great.
But the curtain's not quite open yet.
No.
So
not quite.
We're just going to, this is the first live stream we've ever done. And so far it's going really well, knock on wood. And we're super excited.
You know what you should do also is hit that record button.
Oh, how right you are. And
that way we can post it tomorrow.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is the start of our recording for our live stream.
Hi.
Welcome to the live stream. If you aren't part of this live stream as it's live, welcome to the podcast episode or the Patreon video, or however else you're finding this. YouTube 8 years from now, because it's in your algorithm. We're ready for the Hawkeye LARPers to enter the show today. We have Del Drejos, we have Editempo Thomas, we have Clayton English, and we have Robert Walker Branchot. So, without further ado, let me go ahead and let these people in. The 1 and 2 and 3. And I think we're waiting on. Oh, did Editempo get kicked?
Oh no.
Uh-oh. We will figure this out. Hey, buddy!
Hi, friends! What's up? Hey!
Hey, Robert!
Hello.
How's it going, man?
It's going really well.
Good. Are you guys expecting a massive cold front as well, or is that about a day or so ahead of where you guys are?
I gotta be honest, I don't really pay attention to the weather, so
It's fair enough. Fair enough.
I figure out the weather when I step out the door.
it's raining really hard. I can tell you that. It's been raining for like 7 hours.
Yeah, it's
So-
been a wet day.
Hopefully it's not really cold tomorrow, because
I hope not. Not over there. Good Lord. All right. Oh my God. This is going awesome. Let's
Hello.
see here.
Hey.
we got tiny Clayton.
Let
Really, really tiny Clayton.
me see if I can.
God,
get
he's
it.
so much smaller on screen than I thought he'd
I know, right?
I'm very stationary too.
be.
Eerily stationary.
There he is. Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
What's up, man?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Doing good, doing good. We're excited that this recording's actually working.
Yeah.
Us
We're
too.
live.
I had some
Yeah.
minor heart attacks earlier in the week when we were like, all right, how do we do this thing? We tried a live stream for reels, and the YouTube was like, no, you got to wait 24 hours. And we're like, what? But it
Yeah,
worked
like,
out. So we're
Oh, that's fun. That's not
Yeah.
stressful at all.
Yeah. No turning back now.
yeah,
no,
right.
No,
Here we
no,
are.
now it's official. We have people in the chat room too.
Yes.
Oh.
Ada Tempo is here. Maybe.
Hello. Sorry, I'm trying to
Maybe
work on my
she's here.
volume.
Aha.
Good. Ah.
There we are.
Welcome to the
What?
recording.
But it
Yeah,
worked
like-
out. So we're
Oh, that's fun. That's not
Yeah.
stressful at all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. The,
Oh.
Fine.
Oh, yeah,
YouTube
um,
live is like
actually,
5
we have
seconds.
people-
No, 30 seconds.
No.
behind
It
us?
is 30 seconds slower. So everything you guys are watching on the YouTubes is 30 seconds behind what we're saying right now. So if you have a question, we'll get to it and we might have to go back, but it'll be fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. This is fine.
It'll be great.
All right. Sweet. Well, I guess first and foremost, Adele, thank you for coming back and also recommending
Yeah.
that we try to get this together. And to the rest of you guys, thank you for joining Pretend World's Real People for our first live show. This is bonkers crazy. Who would have thought? Hey, Mom, we made it. It's good.
It's all Adele's fault. So if you guys hate your experience, we blame her.
Yeah.
Okay.
We blame her too. So it's all right.
I had
Nothing
a
new.
difficult time with you guys last time. I was like, nah, we gotta.
Can you all just say hello, who you are, and remind folks, who you played on Hawkeye, and then like we'll kind of just do a quick little chat and catch up.
Cool. Go Rob.
Hello, everyone. My name is Robert Walker Broncho, and I play Orville.
Yeah, I'm Clayton English, and I play Grills.
I'm Untitled Thomas, and I play Wendy Conrad.
And I'm Adele Dreyhus, and I play Missy, just Missy.
Just Missy.
No last Madonna, like just
Yeah.
Blue
one.
LARPer.
Just
Amazing.
Missy.
When was the last time all four of you have been like have seen each other and kind of chatted?
In person?
Ooh, yes.
That's a good point.
And then it's
Yeah.
not in person.
In person was probably the premiere out
Yeah.
in LA.
Mhm.
And then not in person was we did another interview probably like what 2 weeks ago,
Yeah, a couple
3 weeks
ago.
ago, a couple weeks ago. I have no perception of time anymore. So
It's not
Who
it's
does?
fine.
honestly, Out of Tempo is the one she sends me an email and then I know I have to be here. So thank her. She's the real winner here.
Yeah,
We're
her
on
and
a
Adele
LARPers Save the World
definitely.
campaign.
They make sure we know the right times and stuff. Because
I
yeah,
love
I was
that.
like, oh yeah, and I want to make sure I do as many as I can.
Oh yeah, it helps us out a lot. You guys have been the most coordinated group I think I've ever tried to bring on to a podcast or a show.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Over that way. He's the one. We have Google invites. He updated the calendar and all that. We got text messengers.
Yes.
It's great.
So that means, when
It's
the
really
con
great.
jobs start rolling, she's the one getting most of the cut, right?
That's fine. She can get most of the cut, just like
I'll
a
take
little
that.
bit.
If anybody hustles us up a con, any con, it don't even have to be the big con, like Dragon Con or like Comic Con. It could just be like just con.
Minnesota
Period.
con.
Just a convention center at a Hilton, and we'll show up. I will. Let me not speak for everybody.
Also, like a little piece of something is better than nothing. So
Yeah.
Come on.
How to Temple can take the big cut, and I'll take a little piece of it.
Not
Well,
gonna
this one
lie,
just
when
makes
Tyler first said con, I thought he meant like she was gonna start conning all of you, or like you guys were gonna start committing crime together.
Maybe we will.
That too.
Like
It's
Ocean's
also
11.
a crime.
Oh,
We are
Lord.
villains in the comics, so who knows?
that's true.
I do have a funny picture of you guys just standing at like the lobby of a Hilton in Delaware for a regular con. Just like, all right, cool.
I was
It's like
Clayton.
Wayne's World.
If you are gonna fly us out there and pay us to be there, I will stand in Nebraska and talk about Marvel. Like that is
Oh, hell yeah.
a weird thing that so
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say Nebraska does not have a con. A lot of corn,
yes.
ton of corn.
Then
but
you got
I
that's
doubt.
what it's called. It's called Corn Con.
Corn con.
Hey,
And
children
if
of
they
the corn
don't have it, they will now.
I wonder what's on the menu for that one.
That's
We got
awesome.
fried corn. We got corn on the cob. We got cream corn,
Cornbread,
corn bread,
Yes.
corn chowder.
corn fritters.
If they don't have corn nuts, I don't want to go. I'm just gonna say that right off the bat.
They give you
Lost
those
me at corn
free
nuts.
as soon as you get there. You get a little
I
tag.
think only corn whiskey for drinking.
Yes.
No.
Now we're talking.
They'll
So-
probably pay us for corn whiskey. I think that's how that would work.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
This is not
I
corn
just-
whiskey.
I'll dress up as the
No?
corn mascot. If I get paid a little extra, I'll be the corn mascot.
Athletic greens.
Oh.
Oh my God. Is that just algae and spinach mixed with I don't know, God knows
It's
what?
like probiotics, your daily vitamins, all the stuff that you're supposed to help you feel good and live long.
This is how you can tell when somebody is up. When their price goes up a little bit, when they start matching their shirt with what they're drinking. He's charging a little bit more, man. I'm gonna tell you. He's charging.
Really refreshing. Giving me the energy I need to do this interview.
Robert, be honest. Is
Brought to you by
that a
Carson.
set behind you, or is that your house? Because it seems like there's a guy peeking out, just saying, "No, just say it again. Say Athletic Greens one more time. You get more money out of
Yeah, no, he's here.
it."
No shame.
My
No
goodness.
shame at
Tyler,
all.
Stephanie,
No.
thank you for having us today. Adele, thanks for hooking it up.
So welcome.
Yeah, seriously, this is going to be great. I think for the sake of time, because Clayton's got some important stuff to get to, so we can't keep him too long. He's gonna go have dinner with Bradley Pitts and Leo DiCamillo or whatever that guy's name is, Oscar winner, something like that.
None of these people. If I'm going to dinner with them, it's gonna be awkward. No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
Yeah, I got a show I got to get to later, but
yeah. We're gonna keep this within the proper time frame, but just let's open it up, guys. What's new with everybody following Hawkeye? We're almost 3 months into 2022. What's been going on? What's new now that things are opening up? As far as actors go, we're able to kind of look at different things on Backstage or Actors Access, or agents are actually answering phone calls, hopefully. And it seems like things are on the up and up. So what's going on? Catch us up.
I got a dog.
Hell yes.
You got a
Is there a
dog?
dog in the room with you?
No, otherwise I'd pick him up, but he's like,
Okay.
it's very sweet.
Aww.
Cute.
What's your dog's name?
Theodore.
Oh my God.
Mm.
That is a high 10 dog name.
Yeah, he's like
Theodore?
a Chihuahua mix. It's really grandiose and ridiculous, and that's why it's so cute.
I love that.
Grandiose,
I love
You have a
ridiculous.
bow
Does he
tie.
have a
for
bow
him?
tie?
Yeah.
No, actually, it's funny because he doesn't have a leash either, so he kind of just looks naked all the time.
Best way to have him.
Yeah.
Get
Just a dog walking naked.
Give him a little tuxedo.
and put a leash on. That dog can't be naked. Cover that dog's neck up.
Inappropriate. We don't
Yes,
let
he's
Oh.
naked too.
Puppy.
He's always
Oh,
naked.
that's- There he
He's
is.
naked too.
I'm very happy to be on
God.
camera.
Dad, do I have to be here?
Yeah,
That
they're
means I
just
feel like I
watching
need to get my
them.
naked dog over here. Come here, Watson.
Look. All right, bud.
Robert, what's
No.
your dog's name?
My dog's name is Gizmo.
Gizmo.
You guys are
Yeah,
crushing it.
his
with
name
the
was
dog.
his name was Jon Snow for 3 days. When I got him, he was a really tiny puppy, and after 3 days of saying Jon Snow, no, Jon Snow, no, I realized like I actually couldn't say Jon Snow no and mean it, because if Jon Snow's like, we need to go take that hill, I'll be like, yes, we do. I'm gonna go die taking that hill for you, Jon Snow. So I changed it to Gizmo, which is way more appropriate. I could say no to him a lot easier. True story. That's a true story.
It is. It's really true, actually. That
That's
dog's name is-
hilarious.
That's amazing. Clayton, what about you, dude?
I no dogs. I have a baby, and everybody is trying to use my baby to get stuff. They want a dog
Oh
through the baby. They're like, when are you gonna get the baby a dog? I was like, he can't do nothing with the dog. What are they gonna do? Both need help a lot.
That's fun fact. That's how I got my dog.
Somebody had a baby.
Somebody had a baby and got my dog and thought it would be fun to have a baby and a dog at the same time.
Oh, wow.
And
baby and a
they very quickly realized that they could not
Terrible
do that.
idea.
And when the
Yeah.
guy was giving me Gizmo, he literally like was tiny, size of his hand type thing. He was like, came down to the dog and the baby, and as much as I wanted to get rid of the baby, had to get rid of the dog. So I was like, well, it works out well for me, I guess, because
Right,
I wouldn't be in a parking lot taking a baby off your hands.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, no
Take a tiny
judgment.
puppy. No,
If if you wanted to care for something that deeply, why not?
yeah, no.
Right. One of these I actually wanted. That's cold. That's
I think it was the
cold.
most truthful he was, and then he went back and was like, I don't know where he is now. Hopefully he's happy with his baby.
Yeah. Maybe the baby picked up some like puppy dog like habits, and so it's kind of like having a dog. Like he could like feed the baby out of a bowl on the floor, that kind of
Right.
stuff.
Yeah, we got called
It's
for
not very
that.
far apart. I tell you what, I spent my Christmas with my niece, and there were so many times I was like, she's just like a dog. Like the way they behave or the mannerisms, it's like, oh my God, like I've grown up with dogs and not children. And yeah, they're very similar.
Yep.
Coming from
This made
someone
me
who
think of
does
the
not have
scene
children.
from
I don't know if that's a
Knocked Up when the kids are playing with Seth Rogen in the back, and Seth's just like throwing it, and Leslie Mann is like, "Is he playing fetch with my child?" That's Adele.
Go get it.
So
Oh, I
Adele,
love
did you? Did we ask last time? Do you have a dog and or a child with you?
I have a wooden cat named Chester.
That's the most surprising thing you could ever say with him.
No,
Is
no,
it?
no, you don't know Adele. That's not the most surprising thing. That's the least surprising thing she could have said right there.
Right.
That
No, you
wooden
stupid.
cat might be wearing a corset.
Yeah, but she
Yeah,
sewed.
no, he's cool. He's actually done a couple of I've introduced it. Like you do commercial auditions and they're like, introduce us to your pet. And I'm like, okay. And I lift up this 4-foot wooden cat and I'm like, this is Chester. He doesn't eat food or poop. It's great.
Those casting offices no longer see her for commercial
Right,
auditions
yeah.
anymore.
Makes sense.
They're like,
I love animals.
"Oh,
I do
she
love
looks
animals.
great, but the creepy wooden cat kind of threw the client for a little bit of a loop."
Your weed transfer account's been blocked from those addresses.
Yeah, she has to sign up for new like Gmail accounts weekly just to be able to send stuff.
Oh my God.
We pivoted real hard. You're like, "What have you guys been up to?" And we're like, "I got a dog."
Love
But
it.
I mean,
This,
but it's
this is what
also
we
like
live
as
for.
an actor, what have you been up to? It's kind of like, what are you auditioning for? Because I feel like there's always this kind of like, I don't know, I've always thrown a wrench in that question when people ask me, because I'm like, do you want to know how much I've been auditioning? Is it more than you? Is it less than you? Do you know if I'm booking something to see if I'm still a threat to you or not? So I'm just like, I've been doing yoga. You know,
See,
I learned how
yeah.
to make quiche. Like,
Yes,
professionally.
you.
Oh, okay.
oh no, I didn't really, but that's the kind of stuff I throw in there.
Oh, gee, come on. You got our
Yeah.
hopes up
Not
and
hard. I
everything?
love it. It's easy and it's really good.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah. When we ask that question, it's like having this podcast built out of COVID and us being massively unemployed and finding new things to do. That's usually what we want to hear is like, hey, I did a new thing. I took up like whatever what's a giant thing where people like they're in a huge hula hoop and they're just spinning in a town square.
What?
You guys seen that?
I kind of know what
Really?
you're talking about. I
You
think
on the dark
it's-
web,
It's like the
Tyler.
giant
They
ring
stand in it.
thing. Yeah, like I could never do that, but that's a million times more interesting than like how many self tapes did you
Yeah,
did you
right.
send in last week?
God knows I've
Oh,
been trying to
yeah.
learn how to juggle for years. And you think this would have been the thing that incentivized me the most, and I cannot pick it up. Like I would need a
Really?
private coach, like because at this point it's just I can get two, and that's about it.
I learned
tell you what.
for Hawkeye. I learned how to juggle for Hawkeye, and then they
Mhm.
cut the scene of me juggling because I don't think I did it well enough for them to actually use.
What were
I
you
was
juggling?
supposed- Orange. I was supposed to be
Wooden
juggling
cats that are on
oranges.
fire.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't bombs.
I will say, yeah, if you're trying to juggle, just work in the produce department for one summer at Target. That's all you need. That's all you need.
That
I swear,
explains a
that's how I
lot about
learned.
at Target. That explains so much.
And then did you put that produce back for people to touch after you had dropped it and had your filthy hands all over it?
No, of course not.
Bruised fruit.
Of course
Oh, you
not.
took it when it was the oh, I got you.
Yeah. So like, if your finger went into an orange, oh, that's my juggling orange. Like that's just
How
you know.
hard are you juggling that your fingers are piercing the hard skin of an orange?
It's just on the shelf. That's how disgusting it was. Like, oh, you know
Well, that
what?
one should
Okay.
probably go out in the garbage. That's probably a good thing. He actually saved people from yucky oranges because someone else was like, "Ooh, I want that one." Next thing you know, their fingers in the yucky orange.
Definitely.
See, thank you, Robert. Where were you 10 years ago, man? I could have used it.
Orlando.
Orlando.
I feel like you were really traumatized by your time juggling oranges.
Oh, buddy, that barely scraped the
Target,
surface of the
I
jobs
feel
I've
like.
held.
I'm pretty sure anyone that worked at Target walked away a little traumatized.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
was
But
actually
hey,
in Target today.
you can still get lost in it.
Yeah,
But
no, somebody actually
speaking
thought
of-
I was in Target today.
Shitty jobs, or maybe they're not shitty, but I know it's one of the things we talked to Adele about. But since you don't want to talk about acting work, which totally makes sense, like what else do you guys do in between, auditioning and whatever? Like what keeps you busy or pays the bills or whatever?
I don't not want to talk about it. There just is no work.
That's fair.
Auditions have been slow, at least for me. So that's that. I've been focusing on working out a lot more. So I've been trying to get my my fitness at a way higher level. So that's been taking up most of my time. I was in New York last week. So that was fun. Got to see Hamilton. That was pretty badass.
Hell yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I really
Little
wanted
Valentine's
to
Day
be
Hamilton.
Like,
Well, it's actually all right. So I've seen it twice now.
yeah.
I saw the first time in Atlanta, and I actually wasn't that impressed. I was pretty let down, but I went up for Valentine's Day last week, and I saw it again, and it was leagues better in New York City.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Wow.
Sometimes those tours are tours for a reason.
Yeah,
That's for those of you guys who haven't met us yet, Steph's a stage manager, so she's
Oh, awesome.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's a tough job.
It is, but I like it. It's easier than acting for me. So
Certainly.
That's what's up.
What about everybody else? Adele, what have you been doing? Anything fun?
I've been finishing up the project from hell. You know, when you go off to like do a little passion project, like a 6-minute film, and it's just supposed to be fun, you know, get some footage and an easy, and the next thing you know, you're crying into your pillow every night. So we started filming that last March, and
good.
Wow.
16 hours later, and 3 cast members and 2 crew members, we decided the ending was not the world's best. So the other week I rewrote the ending and we went and reshot that. And that's always fun. My co-director was now on camera. I was acting, and then my scene partner later became the boom person for my close-ups, and you know how it goes.
Yeah.
So I'm in the midst of
I don't know how that goes.
Oh, well, you're a lucky son of a gun there, Rob. You're a lucky one.
Sounds like a lot.
Yeah. So I'm editing that right now, and you know, it's fun. You just like working in Premiere, and then it doesn't read the file, so you got to download Resolve so that you can export the files as a different codec, so you can bring it back into Premiere, so you can actually use the footage and not have to go reshoot it again.
We're traumatized, Tyler. That's what Adele is telling you. Traumatized artists.
It's fine. It's fine. I love it. I love filmmaking.
I'll just sit by our
Right.
phone waiting to get a call about Hawkeye season 2. Like,
You're right.
come back? No? Ah, damn it.
Yeah, did
Okay, actually, that brings up a very important question that I have for all of you. Now that you are part of the Marvel universe and you are on a show that is on Disney Plus, please tell me you don't have to pay for your own Disney Plus account.
You absolutely have to pay.
What crazy world are you living in?
Nobody gives you anything to watch yourself on. Like, I've worked for Peacock, I've worked for several streamers, and none of them will give you like a back channel password or something that just lets you know. None. No streamer
That is
will.
rude.
I bet you,
Yeah, it's
Tom Holland and Zendaya have to pay for Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I don't even think I'm going on a limb saying that.
I mean, this just up on Variety. We're not.
Oh,
I mean, you know,
what a bummer.
I mean, that what a crazy world that would be if you guys were on set and then a rep from Marvel or Disney just came up and like handed you a laminated passcode, like, hey, it's on us. You're good.
That would feel so awesome.
I'll tell you what, I would go brag about. That would be something that I went back to my friends like, you'll never believe what happened to me on set.
But then
Some dude from Marvel Security walked up to me and gave me a lanyard, and with a password, I can log in and have free Disney Plus anywhere in the world for life. And they gave me a hat.
Actually,
then you know all those friends would be like, so you're gonna give me that passcode? You gonna?
And I would say no, because Kevin will come and
Yeah.
You
Good
know?
snipe. Disney snipe.
oh snap!
Disney
There you
snipe.
go.
Adele's got the hat.
That's what you
We
get.
got
A
hats.
fancy
There
hat.
you go.
Got hats.
Yeah, we genuinely got
sticker,
like a hat,
and we got a patch.
Yeah.
a patch, and a mug. And
And a blanket.
I
Y'all
haven't
didn't get the
gotten my
blanket?
mug yet.
you got a blanket?
Oh,
Y'all didn't get a blanket?
Phone.
I didn't get a
Listen.
blanket.
There was
One of them
somebody
little,
at
you know
the
the
premiere.
little like little thin microfiber blanket type thing. You didn't get one?
Not
Oh,
a
buddy.
singular blanket.
I
All
stole
right.
one from Delta a few years ago, but
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't have
Okay.
it. I don't have it here, but I've been buying. Like, I bought a hoodie, a Hawkeye hoodie. Well, somebody bought one for me. There's actually merch out there. None of us, which you know, I don't know how to take, but yeah, Hawkeye action figures are expensive. I just wanted to get one because I thought I might have a good crack, but I don't have the funds for that right now.
Yeah, they were wearing a really cute Christmas sweater for Hawkeye at the premiere, and a lot of
Yeah.
the cosplayers had gotten them to wear to the premiere, and I still cannot figure out where to buy one, let alone getting a free one.
Disney sent them as presents. They gave the influencers these really cool sweaters,
Yes.
and we didn't even get them. And that's all I wanted. I just wanted a
That's
cool
messed up.
sweater.
Funny.
To go on eBay, let me know.
This is how the conversation is going. And I'm looking in the live chat here, and my sweet brother, who has no idea about any of this stuff and is a mechanical engineer, just asked, were you at least able to keep your costumes from Hawkeye?
No.
I
No.
Not even a pair of socks.
No.
Whoa, time out. You could always take home the socks.
What?
Oh yeah. They don't want them back. They
No
do not
one will
want them
ever
back.
come after you for socks.
Okay, next time.
Friendly advice. I've been taking socks from productions for years.
Oh my gosh.
You know how many like Nike dry fit socks I have because of this? Great.
Okay.
You have them all in like a shadow box with a label that was like from this show.
Yeah, they're like pinned into a wall.
Oh my
No, they didn't let us take anything, but they don't. So it's actually smart that they don't do that, because if and when they bring us back for season 2, they're going to need to give us, like,
Right.
we'll need that stuff for the next season. So a lot of that stuff, if it's like generic, like, any of the jeans, t-shirts, flannel stuff, that just goes back to
storage. Yeah.
storage. Like they rent a lot of that stuff if they didn't buy it. But like the costumes that are like our superhero stuff, that's just like put away, sealed, just waiting for us to get the call when the Avengers all get killed and then need backup, and we're there to come save the day.
That's it.
Yes.
Those blue boots that I wore were custom designed and custom fitted to my large ass feet. I think, nobody else can wear them. I wouldn't be mad if they were like, you can take these home.
They probably end up in the Smithsonian faster than they end up in our closets.
Right.
She's not lying.
That's a
Maybe
great
it's
question,
a good time
though.
too, though. If anybody else who's watching has questions and you want to type them in the chat, that'll be good. Because otherwise, we're just gonna shoot the shit with you guys and forget that people are actually here.
Yeah,
who are interested and have actual questions.
There's structure that I sent everybody an email about for this episode, but it's really just like shoot the shit. We have a fun little trivia game that you guys can play with each other, and then that's about it. We do have I'll recognize a few people from the chat, just say like, you guys have been here watching it so far, like thanks for dealing with Steph and myself just being complete nerds. But Anya Coleman, Kenny RF, Eric Ziegler, Gordon, of course, and then us, the people that run the channel. We're also in the chat. So cool. Thank you. Let's just talk about, like, honestly, I've been asking everybody this. Have you guys been watching anything recently that just like you've been sucked into? Did you plan on it?
I got 2 shows.
Oh shit.
Number 1, Peacemaker.
Yes.
Finished it out. Yeah.
Chef's Kiss. Spectacular.
John
Comedy
Cena.
through the roof. John Cena is
Wow.
a killer. All the actors that are on that show, each cast member shines in their own moment. Phenomenal. I loved what they did. And then on a completely different end of the spectrum, 1883, the prequel to the Yellowstone series, is a beautiful Western masterpiece.
Okay.
Go out, and it is incredible on Paramount Plus. I recommend anyone watching that.
I've
You
been
didn't get
watching
paid for
Vox
that, by
Machina.
the way.
What is it?
Vox Machina.
I don't even know
That's
what
the
that is.
D&D one, right?
Yeah.
It's the anime that
my
was
brothers
based off
love
of like a
that.
really epic D&D game. It's really funny. I like it a lot.
What's because I just talked to one of the writers from Reacher yesterday, and she
that
loves
one's great
that
too.
show. Like,
Yeah.
Reacher was awesome. She mentioned that, and I wrote down, I thought it was The Legend of Ex Machina, and I couldn't find it anywhere because I totally misheard her. But what's at a temple? What is like the format? Is it just like Guardians of the Galaxy for D&D, or like?
So it's this, this guild, as it were, who fight together, and I think they're like bounty hunters, and then like something goes wrong in like the village, and then they have to go to the kingdom, and they're hired to do the thing, and it's kind of just like a monster of the week with an overarching like enemy that they fight. But it's a lot of like innuendo and like just straight up cussing, like it's the LARPers modern life. from when we were kids. Like,
Yes.
it's animated, but absolutely not for children in any way.
Amazing.
So
You know, a good animated show too, with Haley Steinfeld, Arcane.
Oh, so good on Netflix.
Dude, that show,
Haven't seen it.
stylistically, that's something next level. I was like, okay.
It was gorgeous.
Mhm.
yeah, I'm Righteous Gemstones. I haven't seen the latest episode, but that's been my show since last season.
Love that
And
show.
yeah, they do great with the comedy, but also like the suspenseful writing is like crazy. They do a real good job. So I like that one off the top of my head.
Abbott Elementary's fire.
Abbott Elementary is great.
So good.
I keep seeing people that I know on the show, so it makes it even better. Yeah.
What is
and
that on?
Euphoria.
I keep seeing screenshots.
ABC, right?
ABC.
Mhm.
And Robert, you say Euphoria?
Oh, yeah.
They're doing apps like
No
I
spoilers.
love the first season. I won't ruin it. I don't know how like this season is mind-boggling. I think each episode is just from the score of it, the shooting style, the acting, like each one of these characters is just going to the tens and committing to their parts. And like each episode just builds and builds and builds. Last night's was absolutely like
Bananas.
yeah, there's been so many episodes you get done watching, you're like, that is an Emmy episode for those three actors. And then next week, you're like, they could probably also submit that episode as an Emmy episode. Like I'm waiting to till next week for the finale to see what happens.
Man,
Yeah, I watched
okay.
the first season. I'm waiting for the second season to go ahead and conclude, then I'll watch it all.
You're in for a ride.
Ozark films in Atlanta. So that's always something that I keep up with. And this last season, so many shows are doing a really good job of, I've watched so much content from, childhood up till now, where, you're going, okay, now they're going to do a reverse shot and this is the line so-and-so is going to say, and then they're going to cut to this. And this is probably the plot point they're going towards. So many shows lately, Peacemaker being one, Ozark being another, where the hardest left of all time. And I'm screaming at my TV. So this last season of Ozark, this first half of the last season has been wild.
Really solid 7 episodes.
Yeah.
No holds barred on that.
See, I'm
Sad
like,
that it's coming to an end.
is it really? I'm like 3 seasons behind for Ozark. I think I watched season 2, and then there was a big jump between 2 and 3 that I don't know what's going on. So I have to watch the whole thing over again. But it was one of those shows post Breaking Bad that just kind of capitalized on that. Hey, we could do something new and modern, and it's not like the days of growing up with. I was a huge fan of Smallville growing up, so when you could pinpoint like, oh yeah, Lex is going to say the thing, and then the episode ends. But it's crazy how much content we have, and it does. I'd say it qualifies as research for what we do, right? Like,
100%.
You're just absorbing it. So it's. Can you tell my girlfriend that, by the way?
You're
I'm
not
still
writing off
working.
your subscriptions on your taxes. You're not doing it right.
Go.
Did you do that this year? Because I totally did that this year.
Yeah, as an actor, it's research. I have to watch all the shows I auditioned for. And watch the directors that I want to audition for.
Subscription right now because of that.
A what?
Passion Flicks subscription.
Hold on a second.
Right.
Back this up.
Story,
all right.
What's
what's
going on here, bud?
Passion Flicks.
I had an audition for a Passion Flicks film. And I might have turned it down, but it was a type of role that I was like, I really want footage of this. So I got the subscription because it's like $5 or $6, a month to watch the show it was affiliated with. And since then, my roommate and I have made our male friends sit down and watch some of these movies with us.
So just for me, is Passion Flicks like Bang Bros, or is that more like
Passion Flicks is
Whoa!
a service run by.
I'm just trying to understand.
It's a streaming service run by Elon Musk's sister. And it's all romance novels adapted to films or TV shows. There's actually some like romance shows out there, like what's Chocolat or whatever. There's like some actual real ones, but there's not a whole lot of content.
Did I hear you right?
And then here's
run by Elon Musk.
His sister.
Oh,
Okay, missed that.
Oscar Musk, she like produces all of them, directs some of them. Y'all, there's Atlanta actors in these movies. I've seen a couple now. And it's
Action flicks.
yeah, it's like watching Hallmark with like a Hallmark romance movie, but with more man ads
No.
and a few more curse words.
I'll probably sit this one out.
Yeah.
Go ahead and mute
There's
myself.
some boobies in there too, Rob. There's boobies too.
All right.
okay.
It's like rated R Hallmark.
There's no way.
I don't
There's
need that.
no
in my
way to
life.
jump off from that.
Well, that's fine because there's a question from the chat from like 10 minutes ago that I feel like I can pop. This is from Anya Coleman. I'm interested if you guys are Marvel fans is this job, was doing Hawkeye like extra exciting for you because you were already fans, or is it just like a job?
Die hard.
We were
Yeah.
all fans.
All of us.
Yes.
Love them.
Dream come true kind of job.
Watching all the movies as they come out. Rob's been seeing them opening night in theaters. Everyone, yeah, all fans.
Yeah.
Love them.
Grew up on it.
The superheroes in Marvel were actually living in our world, who would be like the one that you would fangirl over the most if they were like show up? Not the actors, but the actual superhero.
I'd probably be trying to get some immigration papers for Wakanda. Just to see if there's some like dual citizenship I could work out.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would be
Hell
working
yes.
with them. I'm like, you need a sidekick? Let's go. I don't care which one it was either. I would be working for any of them.
Yeah.
I'll be wearing my suit. I'll be a SHIELD agent. I don't care. Yeah.
Love that. Oh, okay. We got another one.
Spider-Man. That's mine.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Nice.
Any of them. And it don't matter. It could be Spider-Man 2099, Miles Morales, Peter Parker, the Ben Riley clone. I don't care, bro. If you got them powers, come on. Like,
Nice.
you're gonna swing me around, dog. It's not. Don't make it weird. It's only weird if you make it weird.
Don't make it weird.
Clayton, don't make me
weird
draw
to
that
make it
cartoon
weird.
for you, dude. I will draw a cartoon of Spider-Man carrying you and swinging through the city. I swear, I will do it.
Thank you. Yes.
Please do.
On some cool shit. Like I ain't gotta be hugging him. Like I'm holding on. Like, one arm is free.
He's gonna
Like,
make a little
I'm
basket for you and
actually-
carry you like the stork does with the babies.
Yeah, I'm gonna be going live while I'm like, it's me and Spider-Man. We going crazy. It really sound like wow. It sound like that. It do. It's gonna be crazy.
You're good.
I would definitely girl over Bucky.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you
Or
like the
with
strong, silent
any
type.
of them, but
Yeah.
I do. I'm such a sucker for men who don't exist in reality.
Men who can remove an appendage at will. Yeah, that's a.
Yeah,
Where are you going with
Like-
that, Steph?
brooding,
Yeah.
but like good at heart.
Y'all,
Is this
I know where
tied
she's
to the
going with
passion
that.
flicks?
Next Passion Flick stars me and Bucky.
And Bucky. And it's not his arm that gets
Put aside
removed.
all the people Bucky killed for decades.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Another question. And actually, I like this one. This is a good one. Especially since, we're all in the business, but so many people aren't. How do you guys personally prefer people come up to you as known actors? Do you enjoy gushing and fangirling and whatever? Or would you just like it if like people are like, you're really cool, you're my favorite, can we have a pic? Like, do you care?
Hey, Out of Tempo, could you schedule in a interview in like 10 years from now on the Google Calendar so I can answer that question appropriately?
Right. 10 years from, do you want it like to the time, like 8 p.m.?
Well, honestly, it's kind of like a moving scale, and this is really on you. I mean, we may push it closer, but it also might move farther out. So
No, ideally
come
it's
to
in
that
the next
date-
couple of years. Okay, yeah. At the con in Nebraska. Okay.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go. No, I like
politely.
I mean,
politely.
just show us love. Just
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
go crazy. Don't. But please, like, show us love because usually whenever I get any type of, recognition or something, it's when I'm feeling pretty low. I'm not, it's like that thing that kind of keeps you going. So you'll be like, so yeah, it never, that's for me. Like,
yeah, I think, I haven't been stopped much. Not funny enough. I haven't been stopped much, but the few times that it's happened, people are very sweet. And I think just like, don't make it weird, because we're super normal. We're like really regular schmegular people. So I just don't make it weird, or especially as a woman, don't make it uncomfy. Please don't like objectify me, period. But I also have heard lots of actual celebrities, like A-listers, say it actually is worse for them to have somebody come up and just want a picture and then walk away, as opposed to wanting to engage and like actually talk about the work or talk about who they are.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And also be aware of the time, I would say, because I've had a couple of people come up to me, and they've all been super friendly, and it hasn't been awkward, and it's just like, hey, I know you from this. I really, I admire your work, whatever it may be. Like, that's fine. I would say that don't ever to build on the phone thing. Don't come at somebody with your phone, like just like slam it, and like slam it in their face. Like, chances are any of us will say yes to taking a photo with you, but like, just be polite about it, type of thing.
Right.
And be aware of what we're doing, I would say, is another, just like, if I'm clearly in the middle of something that maybe shouldn't be interrupted, I get that it's tough to like, this is my only chance, but also, just maybe sit on that chance.
Or just stalk them, so when you guys have finished whatever that important thing is, you can follow them to their next location.
Yeah. I won't know that you did that either. Like, you could see me at dinner and in a really intense conversation, and they're like, ooh, I shouldn't interrupt him. But if you wait outside the restaurant and then follow me to the next place and I'm not in that conversation, I won't know that you followed me. So
I do not cook that one. Don't do that one for me.
Yeah,
don't
man.
do that one for me either.
I think we can all agree the average person isn't that sneaky. So you would clearly notice them just like glued to the window, just breathing on it. Like,
yeah.
What's that guy doing? He's waiting for your autograph. We kicked him out 5 minutes ago. Oh.
And I think honestly, some of the coolest interactions I've had, so not even talking about people coming up to me, people I've been in front of, you kind of take the L and don't take the picture, but you really just get to like bask in the glory. Sounds like a weird phrase, but like, we hung out with Florence Pugh for a couple hours, shooting episode 6. And I'm a huge fan of her work. I think she's a phenomenal actress, and I'm genuinely inspired by her work. And she's younger than I am. I've arguably maybe been acting longer than she has, but she's just wow. But I did my best to not make it weird. I was like, oh yeah, Florence, what's up? Like, oh, your hair looks really cool. And we just like, but she's also super grounded. I think it's the difference. She was so kind and so funny and so charming. So I don't know. Yeah. I think I just wanted to name drop Florence Pugh. I don't know why I said that.
If you're gonna name drop anybody, I mean, it's got to be Flo. Flo Pugh. Yeah, and I mean, before I want to get to our co-star trivia while we still have all 4 of you guys here.
Yes.
But did want to add on to that, like working with Jeremy, especially, like you guys each had a moment or two with him. I'm just speaking from my experience, like he's the most humble guy I've ever worked with. And you are like, oh, this is Hawkeye. This is fucking Jeremy Renner. But at the same time, he gives you that energy of like, no, man, we're just working. Like we're just peers. So as far as like working with Jeremy himself, what was that experience like? Did you feel that energy? Was it, did anybody fan out a little too hard and then have to like go hide in Crafty and then come back? Like how did that go?
They probably would have replaced us if we did that.
Yeah.
There was 5 LARPers. You decide what happened to the 5th one.
Yeah.
Marvel survived.
We had a guy named Eddie, didn't work out for Eddie.
Jeremy was cool. I would say, like, we were shooting this during the pandemic, and he was going to shoot, like, pretty much when we finished this, he was going up to Canada to work on Mayor of Kingstown.
Yeah.
And Haley had a hard out to leave to go to New York to shoot the last season of Dickinson.
Mm-hmm.
So like, there was definitely, while being like an absolutely amazing experience and a fun time doing this, it was very well known that like we need to hit our days and we need to get our work done. And that was kind of, especially with Jeremy's, like he even said this in one of his interviews in the making of, like, he's been in this since whatever it is, 2010, back to Thor. And Hawkeye was the most screen time and dialogue he's had in 12 years of playing a character. So like there was a lot on his shoulders to be like to be doing this. So when we were around him, it was cool and he was super friendly and stuff, but it was also like, all right, well now Jeremy's going to do this and Haley's going off to do that type of deal. So it was a lot of like navigating that and making sure that we were kind of just making it as easy as possible for them to then continue to do their job at that level.
And he's also one of the producers and heavily involved in the storytelling of Hawkeye. So when there was downtime, he's chatting with the director about ideas. But what was fun is he brought a lot of improv and a lot of ideas to the front. And that was a really cool experience to be like, we can play. So it's work and you're there to do your job. But it's fun getting to do your job. And he kept it very professional, but it wasn't like, hey, we're getting super chatty and we're going to go grab drinks later. Cause they're busy working actors. And, but it was lovely being able to work with them and being able to just play and improvise along with them. And the scenes the last minute stuff they would come up with that was never scripted. That poor scripty, goodness knows. But
yeah, no, he was awesome. I mean, he would break down the shot for how this is yours, this is this, and he like what everybody has said, he made it just seem like you were a part of it and you were a co-worker, you were a peer. Like I didn't feel it wasn't any separation. A lot of times you work on stuff and when the lead actor gets to set, the whole vibe kind of changes.
Right.
Like it can drop down a little bit or something. Like he's one of those people, like for him and Haley, when they come to set, it like kicks up a notch. And it's also like a little bit of a relief to see them, you know what I'm saying? Like their energy, like, oh, okay, cool. All right, yeah. He's approachable. Like I can ask him, like, how should I do this? Like you don't feel like you need to go through 3 people to ask him what's best or what he feels for this particular scene.
Right.
That's cool. That's awesome.
They're both also Oscar nominated actors. So I think also just standing kind of adjacent and watching the work was really nice because it felt attainable. I think so often all of that feels so far away, and just stepping into Marvel was bizarro world to begin with. Then be standing there on set and you're just like, like they trust me not to fuck this up. Okay, cool. Okay, maybe I'm doing a better job than I thought. So to talk to them too, I mean, I feel like almost every conversation, if it wasn't helpful stuff about the work, it was also, they were just like excited their family was in town, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. And now you guys are in canon. They have to bring for season 2. Let's see, we have about 10 minutes before Mr. Clayton has to get running. So did you guys get my email about a pen and paper? We will write our answers on said pen and paper. Clayton.
Oh, sorry, Clayton. I did not text you about that.
Right.
This is also
all that praise we gave you out of tempo.
Clayton, since you're leaving since you're leaving at 9, you can always yell it out because the rest of them just have to hold a piece of paper and then we'll enjoy it. So you get a voice. All right. So part of our co-star trivia here, I decided to just put together some questions. Steph put together some questions. Mine are really ridiculous because I thought, what's really medieval that goes with crafty and kind of stupid shit like that. So for the first question, and for this whole game, write down whoever is most likely to be an answer to this question. So the first one is crafty clergy. God, this is gonna suck. Most likely to raid craft services. Who is most likely to raid craft services?
Oh, Tempo's like, I know.
I wish I had music for this.
Wait, there's music playing? That's not coming from you guys? Nobody's hearing this like elevator music?
Nope.
Oh my
must be in your
God.
building.
Oh my God. I hear it
Or
now.
you're haunted.
Wait, really? Okay, most likely to raid Crafty. Are we just holding it up?
Yeah,
Yep.
just hold it
Ready? Oh.
What does it say?
Go.
up. We have
Adele.
we have Tempo. We have Adele.
Me.
Yep.
Oh, snap. All right.
Yep.
Adele wins that one.
I love
Yeah.
it. I love it.
Eat
2
when
out
I'm
of 4.
bored. I eat to stay awake.
All
I
right.
feel like there were several late nights that she came back with like,
Listen, you know when
Oh,
you're wrapped and it's
and we're
like,
like,
"Oh my
hey,
God, I'm gonna take
can
a
I get
few-
one of those?"
I
Like-
might eat this later. You have to go boxes, right?
Yeah.
I took everything home.
I mean, when the food is free, like, come on now.
Yeah. why
Give
not?
me all of those.
Okay, my question, and this actually kind of will coincide with a question one of our watchers asked about if any of you LARP. Do any of you LARP in real life?
no.
Great,
No.
great. So my question is, of the 4 of you, who would win a LARP fight in real
Fight?
life?
A LARP
LARP
fight?
fight.
Oh,
A
come
LARP
on.
fight. A LARP.
A battle. Oh,
Me.
Hmm.
No
Okay.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah, right here.
What does that even say?
Got Jack Johnson and Tom O'Leary. I'm a big double-handed long sword. I don't even need a shield. I'll be slicing bodies left and right.
Yeah, come on now. Look at that confidence. Who's that
I
gonna
wasn't even made for this century. I should have been born like 1,000 years ago.
Battle axe ready.
Yeah.
it's gonna be Rob. Adele, sorry, but Rob's got the
Rob
W
won
on
that
this one.
round.
I
Yeah.
thought you could say most likely to like go and cosplay, maybe make their own costume, and that would have been
I started writing Adele because I thought that was the question. Who would be the most likely to LARP and do it well? And I'm like, Adele, well, definitely.
yeah.
But
See,
right
you won
now,
that one.
Rob would do it if
Win
the
the
4 of you
LARP battle.
were in a gladiator ring together. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be swinging 2 axes.
During the LARPing scene, when they said, hey, pick your, what weapon do you want? I was like, give me the biggest weapon you have. It's like, how about this battle axe? I'm like, perfect. Give it to me. That's the one. It's like the size of my body.
This next one goes really well with that one. It's a real REEL royalty. Who's most likely to chase screen time? So if you guys are doing a big scene, it's like when extras are kind of like going in front of each other. Who's more likely, if you guys are all together, to just
Fuck, ain't no shame in
absorb
this
that
game.
lens?
Oh, I would say my Robert, my vote
Oh!
is for Clayton, but because he's so funny, so like there would be so much that they would keep of what he says because he's hilarious. Like sometimes I'm like, damn, I wish I was as funny as Clayton. Like, so I my vote is for
That's
Clayton.
hilarious.
Which is why I'm trying to get more screen time. Yeah.
I think that's a pretty even one because there was a lot of improv, and at the end of every scene, all 4 of us at one time or another are punching buttons. We're
Yeah.
throwing buttons. You know, they don't use any of them, but we were getting them in there pretty.
Well, actually, I
easily.
would say to
They
Rob's
use
credit,
some of them.
some of the favorite lines from the series that came from the LARPers, Rob improv'd on the day.
Mhm.
Nice.
No
Like
way.
we're essentially Avengers now. We're basically Avengers now. Like he would just out of his pocket. Like you put in here. There you go. There's a gift for you.
No
The
way.
sword clinks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The entire LARPing scene, I had no dialogue.
So
I
the
had
clink
no
was you,
scripted dialogue. Yeah.
Yeah.
dude.
Every
Nice.
See,
single
like that
thing,
thumbs
like,
up, that's okay, but
yeah, like
Yep.
it was, I knew that I had no dialogue, Adele and Clayton were rocking, and me and Tempo were kind of just chilling. And I was like, there is no way I'm going without not saying anything in this episode. I'm gonna find the moment. And they had 3 cameras set up, and I was like, all right, I'm opening up to that camera right there because it's gonna grab my reactions, and I'm gonna get me some FaceTime.
Love it.
Sure enough.
You would have thought I was an extra in episode 2. So Rob did a great job.
All right, my next question is, who's most likely to get a callback for Rogers the musical when it comes to the Broadway? Yes.
I feel
Not
like
me.
Tempo know the words
Yeah.
already.
I could do this all day. Yeah.
I would say either
Amazing.
Adele or Out of Tempo.
Yeah.
I can't sing despite my name. I can't sing.
Yeah.
I can boogie my
That's
heart
true.
out. I could really dance a night away. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Good dance the night away.
Yeah. I did the other night. I was killing that dance floor. I'll be like really smooth, and then I'm like really bad, like white girl, like breaking it down, like, but not in a pretty way, but like let your heart fly kind of way.
I love it.
What about this one's called the Touch Up Noble? Who's most likely to summon hair and makeup because they feel like they need a little touch up?
Out of Tempo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unanimous.
Yeah. It's hard being a black girl on TV. I don't feel bad about it.
Also, her hair was like the most, like,
Yeah.
there was a lot going on there. So
She had a
Feel like-
storm mohawk at one point.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
The mohawk or the wig. Yeah.
Or the wig too. Like it required the most that like it was reasonable. Like, hey, and
And
since it looked so badass, they wanted to make sure that
It
it
looked right,
maintained its badassery. So they would come
Mhm.
back and touch it.
Thanks, Rob.
Nice.
No
Oh,
problem.
that's so awesome.
I
But I
didn't
will
want to see
say-
hair and makeup because they made me shave my beard off when I first got to set. So I was really just trying to avoid them. I didn't know what else they were going to take away from me.
Fun fact, when we first did our LARPer superhero reveal, Grills had, you guys hear that classical music, right?
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
Okay,
Do
it
you,
might be
you
the
don't
phone.
smell toast, do you?
No, I don't. It's okay. They put dreads in his hair, and like we got to set, and they're like, "This is ridiculous enough. Let's take the dreads out." And he had to go back.
Immediately,
That was
like
wild.
it, to the hair people's credit, it looked dope. But my
It
thing
did.
was, how am I going to have time to do this?
Yeah.
Even if it was a wig, in the middle of an emergency, it's already a big ask that we're putting the costumes on.
Yes.
Like that's a big ask to like us leave our post and go put on our costumes. Like we're kind of terrible for what they asked us to do.
Oh,
like,
no,
we
people are
left and was
dying.
like, we got to make it a photo op. But yeah, and as soon as I got out of like the van, it was like, yeah, go back and take those out. And I was like, I didn't want to be like, but I was like, I figured that was gonna happen. Like, yeah, that's hilarious.
They gave Rob a rat tail too. I was very sad when they took that away.
Oh.
They did.
It did.
What?
Yeah, I had like a little. So initially, when we were months prior to us shooting that, they had talked about like my superhero look, and they're like, "Oh, it might be cool if we like throw you in a wig and have like cool battle like braids going down the sides." And I was like, "Oh yeah, that actually would be really cool." And then when it came to the day, they're like, "Oh no wig. We're just gonna make those 17 hairs you have up there. We're gonna spend 2.5 hours to give you the thinnest faux hawk imaginable." And then they gave me one little braid, one little like rat tail braid that like came around, and I walked out the set, and they're like, "No."
Yeah.
They didn't even look. Reese looked at me, was like, "No, take that off."
Yeah.
Funny
All
because don't mind me.
I will say though,
Hilarious.
I wasn't most likely to be touched up, but I was definitely in hair and makeup by far the longest though.
Yes.
Like I would be in there and everyone would come in and pass through to the point that I was like, they had to race me to set one of the days when we were shooting in the hotel because they were spending so long on the braids, easily 2 to 3 hours every time. I mean, like a true artist, but there was like a lot of braids happening. And I remember rushing to set on that first day, doing the waiter stuff. And they like fly me over the hotel and they're like, get her upstairs. And I'm like, get her mic'd, or no, she doesn't need the mic, just get her on set. And I'm like, oh, look at all these background. Wow, this is a really cool set. And they're like, I haven't actually finished my makeup though, because is there a powder somewhere? And then they're like, all right, and we're rolling. And the makeup person's like, okay, we're just gonna do this with your eyes and go. And I'm like, and action. I was like, what am I doing? I have a tray. Where am I supposed to go with the tray? It was a chaotic few moments because I was in hair and makeup for so long on the regular. It's just a lot to make this look good on camera, I guess.
You just had like 1,000 braids in your hair that were individual and differently shaped, but needed to be camera similar for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
No way.
Wild.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want to keep you if you have to bounce. But.
Yeah.
One last question.
I just hit it. Hit it where I'm about to have to leave, but this was awesome. Thank y'all.
You.
Oh, thank you, dude.
Shout out to my LARPers. Pretend worlds with real people. Y'all are awesome. Thank y'all.
Peace out, dude. Kill your show, man.
Everything. Make sure you follow me or whatever, and watch Hawkeye just for no reason. Sometimes just leave it on.
Leave it on in the background.
Thank you so much, man.
Let it play.
Oh yeah, let it play. That's a good one. Daily, actually.
Yeah.
Bye, Clay.
Y'all later.
See you, Clay.
Kill it, dude.
Yeah. Go watch his stand-up. It's really good.
He's really good. Then there were 3.
There were 3. We're still gonna say of the 4 of you, and Clayton just won't be able to defend himself if we pick him. I feel like I'm gonna know the answer because he was so adamant about the LARPing situation, but who's most likely to survive a zombie apocalypse the longest?
Oh, snap.
I can't get the angle. I have a tattoo on my forearm that says ZAP, Zombie Action Plan. I have a truck with a tent on the top of it. Camping supplies galore.
Yeah, I've got a bug out bag. And
nice.
What
Guns,
is it?
Ammunition.
The Mel Brooks.
I got dry food
as well.
Oh. Okay, well then follow up. Who would be the first to sacrifice one of the others to avoid a zombie?
Oh, I could see that.
First off, if you have a zombie action plan and you don't have your friends ranked in the order of their importance, you are low on the list. You gotta, because there's if it's a group and we need to get out of there and one guy's got to stay behind, a little knee breakage and you're good to go.
Because you got to rank based on people's skills, right? Like you have to, what are you bringing to the group? The person who's really good at taxes might not make it, but the construction worker friend is going to survive,
That's why Shane was the OG on The Walking Dead. He knew it was up.
Adele, I have a feeling you're the one that they're going to eliminate.
Yeah.
No,
I think Adele has a lot of useful skills. She can make clothing. That would be very helpful.
That's true. That's true.
I could skin an animal if it really came down to it. I choose not to, but if it came down to it, I think I would do what was necessary. But I don't think I'd be as good as a fighter as I like to think I would be. But I've roughed it. I've done a couple of days on the AT by myself, so like I could adapt.
And I think so too, because it's like the question is who would be capable of surviving. Who would want to survive is a different question, because I would be able to like rebuild society with my leadership skills, but also like F status. Like I need my quality of life to be maintained. Like I can't go eat oysters. Like I guess that's it. Just take me out on the first round. Like I don't want to be here anymore.
Once this society collapses, I am in no effort to rebuild it. Like Finally.
No, my will to live isn't that strong. It's
Like, what are you gonna do today? I'm gonna go kill zombies. What do you mean what I'm gonna do? I've been waiting for this for years.
and I'm like, save the medical textbooks. It's fine, you know?
Yeah.
I'd probably
See,
join
and that-
Rob on that one.
That's all said while Adetempo is just like sharpening a machete for seemingly no reason whatsoever. If I have to, I have to. If not, why not? I will say every time that question's brought up, I think of Daniel Tosh's a bit where he says, I wouldn't survive. I'd die day one. That's why we have to fake it. So if somebody says, can you fly an airplane? You go, yeah, of course I can. You start flipping switches and see what you can do.
I have a friend right now that is learning how to fly because of this plan.
That's
I kid you
amazing.
not. He is on like hour 15 of getting his pilot's license.
I believe that.
He yesterday took off and landed for the first time.
Man,
on
when you
his
guys
own.
die of natural causes, you're going to be so disappointed.
Yes.
Utterly disappointed.
Yeah. Just 105 in my sleep.
Yeah.
That was it. What was all my training for?
Rob, when the apocalypse hits, I'm gonna need you and your posse to swing by and pick me up. All right. I will be first sacrificed if it means I get to join on your caravan, because y'all do that cross country stuff, and I know
Yeah.
I might live a little bit longer with you guys.
I know. I talked about this with my buddies recently. I was like, I know if anything hits the fan, my phone is gonna be blowing up. Like, Rob's been talking about this for 2 decades. Rob, what do I do?
Yep.
Meet me at the Walmart north of Perimeter. I'll be there in an hour.
If you're not there at 7, it's too late.
Yeah. Wait 10 minutes. If I'm not there, leave. I'm dead.
If there's
But I mean, the zombie thing is real though. I had a bug out bag, had a plan on the eve of the last election, was in Vermont just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Like you gotta know what you're gonna do in case it goes left.
yeah.
I respect it, Rob. I respect
I
it.
have no plans. I'll play it by ear. Just call Rob. You're like, all right, Rob. I know you guys. Although my neighbor, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure my neighbor's got like a bomb shelter in his backyard somewhere. He's just that kind of guy that's like prep.
Hey,
He's got
you learn how to make a quiche, bring it over, and just see, if you can start a friendship.
So what your job from now on is to friendly up to that neighbor and find out what he has and what he doesn't have and what his weaknesses are, because we don't necessarily need him. I'm not saying, but I'm saying.
I'm hearing you.
If there for some reason is not a Hawkeye season 2, if for some reason you guys are not brought back into the MCU, which you will be brought back into, but Rob, at the very least, you get your own Survivor Man series.
Yes.
I'd do it.
I'd
Sign
watch
me
it.
up.
But it's not out in the wilderness. You're just going into bomb shelters and pointing out weaknesses. It's like it's like world's worst bars, but world's worst bomb shelters.
Yeah, the kicker would be to every single one of them, I'd be like, weakness number 1, you let me know about it.
I really was confused by Doomsday Prepper, because I was like, but now everybody knows you have this like storage container in the middle of Arizona. Like, I know.
Oh, and there's a bunch of them in Atlanta from that show. There was
Yeah.
a couple that are
Seriously?
like all around Atlanta, and I was like, what are you idiots doing? You just showed everyone that you have like 10 years of food, 10 years of ammunition, and you cycle your gas every couple months. I'm going to come back and watch this episode. I'll find you. I don't know. I will find you.
I have a very particular set of skills.
And it is taking from Doomsday Preppers.
They're raiding your shelter. No, you don't understand, man. That's the fake shelter. They don't know about my giant city underground beneath that mountain back there.
Oh, that mountain over there.
I
Don't say.
This is and Gordon said it. He said zombie apocalypse question. Best question ever. And yeah, it's the
Now we
best
have such
question.
detailed answers too. Like
I
this
love
wasn't
it.
like a
I love
throwaway.
Yeah, it
This
was
is
not
seriously
expecting
considered.
all that. It goes
We may not
along.
LARP, but we prep for zombie
Don't LARP,
apocalypse.
you prep. Well, hey, this might be something similar as far as answers go, but like who, based on your experience, shooting, who's more likely to pick up stunts and fight choreography, and who's more likely to apply that towards surviving the zombie apocalypse? Out of tempo.
Pick up stunt. Rephrase that for me. Pick it up in like as a
So if somebody were to like on set, if they were showing you like, hey, this is the 2-second long shot we need for the fight scene, who's going to pick up those moves quicker? Not Rob.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It depends what the fight moves are.
Like
Rob, you wiped out in every like fight sequence that we've had.
They had me in no-sole shoes, like slip-sole shoes, and like fake snow. What do you want me to do?
I will say though, as much as I think it's me, I never got a stunt. Out of the 4 of us, the 3 of them got to fight, and I didn't. So
not even on the cutting room floor.
mm-mm.
Really?
I've done most of my stunts on every project I've worked. I've voluntarily done most of all of my fights I've done. And I learned it pretty quickly. Like I've never done anything crazy, but I've done like several, like 5-6 move fights type of deals, like punch, duck, get hit, throw down type deal. So yeah.
I've officially hit 2 people with bats in film now, and I used to be SAFD certified, so
okay, we'll see. There she is.
Snap. Oh, I'm gonna go with me on that one.
Adele's the one.
Right.
Nice.
There's an American Gladiator style project in the works just for the LARPers. I'd pay to see that special.
Oh, God. Be a lot.
All right. My next one is who is most likely to have a hidden talent?
Adele.
Oh.
Adele.
Adele, do you have any hidden talents? Or do you want to keep them hidden?
I was about to say, I think she's being very secretive right now.
Mm-hmm.
I can stand really still.
If no one looks at me and I don't look at myself, I'm invisible.
All right, Drax.
Mystery Men. Yes. Oh my God.
But I also feel like Adele's the type of person where like if you showed her like a 5-minute video, she could make a like bow and arrow set and like a tourniquet. Like
I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I have learned to do. I was really like car stuff. I was very pleased with how much I've learned on YouTube about cars. Randomly, I don't like cars. I don't care about cars, but I need a functioning car.
I never watch YouTube.
Etsy shop. She makes a lot of cool shit.
You can't rely on YouTube, Rob, when the zombie apocalypse shows up. So
That's what I'm saying. I don't watch YouTube, so
Yeah. I was actually about to like try and train myself to walk on stilts at one point. And I was watching YouTube videos on like how to fall on stilts. And I was like, I don't think this is going to be a very high paying profession with many job opportunities. I should probably not invest in this. But I was definitely looking into it about 2 weeks ago. I was deep.
If you lived in Orlando, you could make a lot of money doing that.
I don't live in Orlando though.
Well, see?
But I was like, maybe I could do it here. Like I'll go to circus school here, and all the circus schools are like closed down now. So I'm trying to find another skill set that will allow me to make money that's not catering, but just still working on that. But I'm flattered that y'all think I have hidden talents. I'm so flattered by that.
I'd say if you could learn how to throw forks with lethal like accuracy, like Hank Azaria in Mystery Men, that would be a talent you could get paid for.
Okay, I just learned how to throw an axe the other day, so I think I can get there with a fork.
Yeah.
Axe, fork, similar.
Same
math.
thing.
Yeah, those are the same.
Yeah.
What are physics? It's just a word somebody made up. It doesn't mean anything. Steph, do you have any other questions?
No, I think we're good. Do you have anything? Do we want to any final questions from our viewers maybe before we let these wonderful people have the rest of their evenings?
We'll give them 30
Yeah,
seconds.
30
for the
seconds.
giveaway.
Yeah, 30 seconds, right?
While we're waiting for any additional questions, guys, I think the last thing I wanted to just ask all of you is what are your plans for 2022? And it's not, not acting based, but do you have any plans for yourselves? Any goals, anything that you're kind of working on?
Travel more. I'm going to Puerto Rico for the first time.
Oh yeah.
Next month for my birthday, which I'm really excited about. I started doing an annual road trip back in 2020 because of the pandemic. So I went on vacation for the entire month of July in 2020 and in 2021. And basically just lived out in my car with a bunch of buddies and drove and went camping throughout the forest. So I want to probably do that. And I want to get in like the best physical shape I've ever been in my life. That's what I'm working towards right now.
I would love to become independently wealthy this year. Also, I'm getting married, which is pretty wild. So that's exciting. And I want to travel, save some money, make enough money to actually save. Potty train my dog, it's little things.
Potty train my dog.
Yep.
Really wealthy.
Right. Survive the apocalypse.
My husband.
Yeah. Surviving the apocalypse is high on the list. I'll try to survive this one.
Yeah, as I'm watching news updates of
Yes.
What's going on right now in Ukraine? Okay, great. We're still here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna silence my phone and put it over here. But they told me to pay my bills in the apocalypse. That's fine. I'm working on being present.
Love it. Adele?
I also might go to Puerto Rico with my dad this summer. It's still to be determined, but we're talking about it. I would love to be able to produce a very ambitious short film that I've been trying to do for 2 years. Would love to finally try and get that on its feet. And I'm pretty pumped about hosting a masquerade in June.
Ooh.
June.
Planning it all out right now, and I've been raiding thrift stores for the decor, and I'm very excited. I do love immersive event-based kind of experiences, so I've been actually trying to do that for 2 years as well, because it was supposed to be for my birthday, which happened on one of the worst weeks of the year in 2020. So here we are trying to make life continue forward.
Nice.
Ooh, I will say I produced a short that got into a film festival in Spain, and I want COVID to not ruin that for me. And I want to go to Spain to be at this film festival.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, we did get a couple questions.
That's a pretty good one out of tempo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Anya's asking, who's your favorite person you worked with on Hawkeye? And it doesn't have to be in the group of the four of you, but is there anybody that you specifically remember from that time that you really liked working with?
Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
Because I'm with you on a tempo. She's a phenomenal actor. Like, all she does is drop fucking knowledge left and right whenever she's on screen. She's captivating to watch, and getting to see her in person and getting to hang out with her. And, that was just a super cool experience for me.
One of the executive producers who also directed, Reese Thomas, his assistant, Molly Coffey, has a pretty significant role in Atlanta filmmaking and, the industry being here. She's a huge advocate for actors. She really wants there to be real equity in what's going on financially, what's going on with opportunities and stuff. And she's a large part of the reason that they even gave us Atlanta actors a shot to be in a Marvel show to this degree. And I've learned a lot just sitting and talking to her. And it's really refreshing because it's a matter of being intentional. And she's been inspiring and showing that, like, when you want to advocate for people, you can do that. And there actually is an outcome. So she really just made everybody else who doesn't do that look bad, because she made it was like, oh, okay, people just need to try. So I say Molly Coffee. After,
Nice.
because I can't say Florence because that's already taken. Molly's dope.
Molly's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, Molly's awesome.
I second the Molly.
Haley's also really nice.
I was like, pretty much like as far as working with someone, all of my stuff was either with Haley, Jeremy, or the LARPers. I will say this is kind of random, but the background actors in the LARP battle, they were a lot of fun. They brought great energy, and it was very nice to have that kind of energy, even off camera. Which is kind of random, but it just kind of occurred to me. I was like, it was really nice to have them, and they were all just very encouraging and supportive. I also think I had a really great scene and moment with Jolt. We really connected, me and Pizza Dog. So that never made the cut, but I definitely recruited Jolt as a dragon of Deepdale.
Nice.
And
Nice.
I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, everyone was just so lovely to work with. All 4 LARPers, Haley, Jeremy, they were just so much fun. Everyone was just brought their own thing, brought their fun improv to the game, and yeah, I would have loved to work with Tony Dalton though. I loved his character. Loved his character.
I would say honorable mention, honestly, to the whole crew as well, because they were working like 6-day weeks, and a lot of the days were like 15 hours a day. I mean, the props people were super on it. The costume people were really lovely and accommodating, as well as the hair and makeup was really supportive. I mean, the whole crew is really just very capable and ready to be there. And then they were always excited to see us, which felt good because it was affirming that we weren't doing a shitty job, but also that we were bringing something to it and not just getting to participate.
Yeah, I echo that. And I would feel remiss to not actually say, because we haven't talked much about Haley. She was awesome. I don't want it to be perceived that we didn't bring her up more. She was great. She was always super friendly and welcoming and warm to us. It was also just part of that same that similar thing with Jeremy, is that this is Jeremy's big culmination of his character, and now this is also the introduction of Haley into the universe and her being it. So they had a lot riding on them, and they were always being shuffled. That's why the experience with Florence was way different, because when we were working with her, the show wasn't about her. She was just coming to do her thing, and then she was leaving. So she had a little bit more freedom to kind of just hang out and shoot the shit with us and kind of be down to earth and hang out, because she was coming into Atlanta and she was working a couple of days, and then she was flying out to go back and do her other thing type of deal. So yeah, Haley was really cool, and we were we're trying to help her out and be her sidekicks type of thing. So it was balancing that, we recognize that she's got her thing to do while also
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great, I think I can speak for the 4 of us. We had a great experience. I don't know what everyone else's perspective was, but for the 4 of us, we came on and had a great experience from all different facets of the production.
Yeah, which is not always the case. I've worked on countless productions, that there's some element, whether it be the director or the crew or an actor or a producer. I've worked on so many projects that someone is just really putting you through the ringer, and you gotta kind of just stay in your lane and do your job and keep a smile on your face, because that's what the production requires for it to move forward. There was not an element of this set that wasn't just absolutely top tier, from the PAs to any, everybody was there and friendly, working through long days, out of tempo, 6 days a week, and the drivers were first ones there, last ones out type of deal. And they were always super friendly and accommodating type of deal. And that was kind of what just makes the experience even that much more special, to be such a fan of Marvel and to then be there as an employee of this super massive world and go oh wow, they actually create a healthy work environment for their
That's awesome.
employees. And
Wow.
having the producers there and like backing that up and it just, that really spoke volumes to me. And I carry that, with me, and I'll carry that with me moving forward, that type of energy of like, it doesn't have to be shit, sometimes it doesn't have to be like this. And this really set that example and really just like, all right, cool. I'm going to try to hold other people to higher standards because of what this experience was given to me.
We were definitely led well. And I think the people who we were adjacent to also were supportive, but held each other accountable in that kind of immediate space to be good to each other. So like the props team was super close. Like I would go into hair and makeup and I was like, oh, am I interrupting? Like I can go. You guys are like really sweet, enjoyed each other, been working together for years kind of thing. So I totally co-sign what Rob's saying and what Adele's saying. And he is right. I think we've done so many of these interviews where we've talked about Haley. So it's kind of blurring together, but I don't want it to like, it's wild to watch her work because you get so used to doing it. I'm still in a place where like, I'll get 8 pages to learn and I'm like, sometimes you got to tape it up to make sure you know it. And we would watch her learn scenes like that. Watch her and Jeremy learn fight choreography like that. And then, okay, let's do it. And they're okay, let's go. So it was a masterclass. And a lot of
it was crazy to see her from like, she's the little girl from fucking True Grit.
She's 13.
I'm like, she's a full ass grown woman right now, but I remember going opening night to see True Grit in the theater, and she's this little girl acting her ass off, So it's just like that. Those moments too that you're just sitting there going like, what is going on right now? This is insane.
So you have to walk uphill in the snow to get to school.
Both ways.
Both ways.
Do you guys all have one more personal question in you each?
Sure.
I got one more.
Okay. My brother is very obsessed and just has all of the questions.
He's very excited.
Brother.
Very excited.
Cool. What's up, brother?
At a tempo, you had a recurring role on Black Lightning with the CW. How does working with a Marvel production compare to the CW?
I think it was I was gonna say it's kind of apples and oranges because Disney's got Boku Mula, and I think the CW is a different experience. DC was a different experience as well. And I also just grew up really, really loving Marvel. So that just felt so special. I, was one of those kids that watched the X-Men cartoons and was super excited when they did the first one. And then they did the younger generation, and then the movie started coming out. I watched the Edward Norton Hulk more than once, so to be able to be a part of this was super meaningful. But I will say that to be on a Black superhero show, on a network that isn't very diverse a lot of the time, and then also to be one of the darkest people on the network once I stepped into that role, that also holds its own meaning, and that representation was I was very honored.
Cool.
I don't know if that's a cheat of an answer, but I mean it.
Awesome. Robert, having worked on streaming specific services, oops, sorry, that's my dog making a lot of noise. Having worked on streaming specific services like Netflix, as well as traditional television stations like AMC and CW, have you noticed a difference on how shooting or production is run? So compared to a big thing like this one.
Yeah, I would probably say there's a lot more flexibility when it comes to a Netflix, and even this Hawkeye being. I feel like their business model is hiring people they trust to do a project and kind of letting them have a little bit more free reins with what they're going to do, and I think that provides for a better storytelling outlet. I haven't done much network television to be honest. I've only done a couple network shows. I would say another difference is like it's a little more cookie cutter when you're on a network production. You know, they're yeah, it's like it's an episodic that they're trying to. The director comes in, they're doing their thing, and they're going off to another, you know, to another show. Where like when I was able to, yeah, I think that would be the biggest difference is their trust in the people they hire. Like, because you've heard that throughout this entire conversation. Like, I feel like Out of Tempo said this, that here you are working opposite an Academy, you know, nominated actor, and you're being trusted to lead the scene with them and bounce ideas, and you're having a conversation with the executive producer and the director and the star of the show, and they're trusting you and they're listening to your feedback, and that's important to that's why they hired you, type of thing. Where I feel like maybe on other stuff I've worked on, I was hired because I looked like an FBI agent, you know, or I looked like a cop. And I thought I could do a serviceable job, which is fine. You know, that's also fine. It's just more of it's a different outlook on production as a whole. Yeah, that would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be my answer.
Cool. All right, Adele, what do you do personally to help yourself show off the character you are portraying in order to help the audience enjoy the film? Seems like a long way to ask, like, how do you get into character?
Don't do that to your brother, Stephanie. He's asking great questions.
He is.
We appreciate you, bro.
Love it. I love it.
See, and they're the Tracksuit Mafia found their way in the interview.
I think it kind of varies from role to role. You know, if I'm just doing like a one-liner, my job isn't necessarily to get the audience to enjoy my character. It's to contribute to the story and help push that scene forward. So my job is to show up, get that line, and go. For Hawkeye, I'll be honest, I was actually a little bit nervous at the beginning as Missy, because we knew that the LARPers they're a special group because they literally are a homage to the fan base. And it was very important to me that I was very nervous. I was like, my biggest fear is that they're going to think we're mocking this group, and I don't want that. I lived with somebody in college who did LARPing and stuff. And I, you know, work at a haunted house with people that do it. And so I was very concerned about how do I approach this character so it doesn't look like I'm mocking this group of interest. And to do that, at the end of the day, figuring out Missy was just kind of a journey on its own, sitting down, doing some of the script work, figuring out what makes her tick. I would listen to music that I think she would like. That would help me. Tempo's listening. They know, because we talked about this, I think, in a previous one. Catchy music. Google Diggy Diggy Hole. It's the best. But you can listen to that thing in a gym while you're working out. It's great. But also Diggy Diggy Pole. It's about dwarves. Yeah. But I think at the end of the day, once I figure out the backstory I need for me to be able to make the choices that I make as the character, it came down to just having fun with it. And if you're just honest in the fun of it, then I think that comes across. And it's not like I'm not trying to play at anything. Like, this is legit just kind of how I am. And just kind of, to me, Missy takes her LARPing very seriously and will put her foot down. But in the everyday life, she's just kind of like a chill, like, go with the flow, like, yeah, this is fun, kind of character, which I think is hilariously reflected in the waiter scenes when we were working the big party. I got mistaken for background 3 times within 2 days, because I looked like them, and I'm just kind of like derpy, I guess. I don't know, I guess I'm naturally derpy. And I'd be like standing in line for Crafty, and I'm just like, you know, I am indecisive, so I'm just like sitting there, and somebody's like, Background Crafty's actually downstairs. I was like, okay, cool. Oh no, I'm first team. I'm supposed to be here. And I was like, that's kind of like Misty's essence. So it wasn't too hard to be able to connect to her. And I think at the end of the day, that's what made her fun. And I hope why the audience enjoys hers, because she's very honest to kind of an essence that I have. And yeah, just, I don't know if that answered the question. I'm rambling now. So
No,
thank you.
that's
It's a good question.
totally
Thank
good.
you, Gordon. I appreciate that.
This has been the most successful I could ever imagine a live stream being for its first time. So thank you guys so much for being a part of this. It honestly just wanted to say before we let you guys go, like, it warms my heart that you guys are like sticking together as a group and wanting to do things together, and, you know, coming on these like crazy podcast shows and just, you know, chatting and hanging out. So like, thank you so much for coming on. If I would have told you 2 years ago, we would have been here talking to, you know, members of the Hawkeye cast, would have thought I was crazy. So just thank you so much from one actor to another. You guys rock. And yeah, I hope I get to work with, you know, one or all of you someday. We'll see. I do have a tendency of playing cholos and gangbangers. So one of you will probably put my head through a wall or, you know, just something.
I'll arrest you one day, baby. Don't you worry about that.
Like, did Rob have to bring in the real handcuffs? Are these real? Like, oh yeah, he's method.
Yeah.
Just let
I
him
bring
do it.
them home. I skip props. I bring my own.
Thank you guys for having us. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Just such a
sure.
pleasure.
Yeah,
Because we really
well,
do enjoy talking about this
last
stuff.
minute things you want to like promote or let people know about to keep an eye out for you so we can support you guys?
We will be doing, I think we're doing 3 interviews this week. So
Oh shit.
you know, keep showing us some love.
Yeah.
We would love to be back in the Hawkeye world and the MCU. And of course, individually, we've all been acting for probably over 10 years. So the support means a lot, because like Clayton said, it can be hard. It can be really discouraging. Adele has been really forthcoming, and I've tried my best to be as well, with the smoke and mirrors that all of this is. You know, 2 weeks before we went on the red carpet, I was applying for a job at Target and I didn't get hired. So people don't know how hard it is to be a working actor. So to have the support, to have people who are really, you know, excited and rooting for us, it means a lot. So keep doing that, please. And thank you for engaging. Thank you for engaging.
you guys are the coolest. There's like no official way to end a live. How do you end a live stream? It's like,
I mean, we have to make them all do an awkward goodbye, and then you just end the live stream.
that's
bombed
true.
that so hard.
Rural people.
Yeah.
We bombed that.
All right. Well, in that case, I'll do the Wayne's World countdown, the silent one, and it's on video this time. Weird.
Yeah. that'll be
So
great.
I'll do the countdown when I point. Give us your best awkward goodbye, and then you guys will be released to go eat, see loved ones, and maybe wash away the computer strain from your eyes
Yeah.
that we have completely given you. And
Are we going? Are we saying bye now? Bye.
How do I turn this off?
I didn't hear you count.
Can we do it together? Let's do it together. Let's say this is real world's people's worlds, and say good. Through
We're gonna butcher it.
we are the
People
LARPers.
tend
This
world,
is
real
the
people.
people, and we are the